the rumor is, come summertime, we will see some kind of arrests. I don't know if you guys agree with that or believe we'll see anything like that, but what do you think?
One thing I'll mention, of course, is a pardon does not protect you from civil action.
Yes.
There's no reason the federal government can't be suing this guy for fraud, malfeasance, and all the probably trillions of dollars of damages he caused to the American people. The other thing is the pardon power, of course, is a core and plenary power of the Article II executive branch, the president, the only branch of government where the entire authority, the executive authority, is endowed on one single individual. The pardon's only legitimate if it's backed by that single individual's will. They chose to do that. If I do a pardon, it doesn't count. If you do a pardon, it doesn't count. But we don't know for a fact that Joe Biden willed this pardon because it was done by an Autopen. And there's no other evidence to suggest he even knew this pardon was being issued. And if it wasn't by his will, it has no more authority than if I issued it or Tim issued it.
There's also that super sketchy video where they asked him about the pardons and he said he had no idea what they were talking about.
Really?
Yeah, there's like this, It's very off the cuff. It was like when they were asking him questions as he was walking by and they were trying not to let reporters talk to him. He says, I don't know what you're talking about. And
He did not sign those pardons.
if you, he didn't sign, we don't have a wet signature on almost anything at all
By the way,
during the last 2 years.
if they used an Autopen and he says, yes, I authorize the Autopen, that's legit. That's fine. He doesn't
that
have to
counts.
sign it personally. The problem is we don't have that connection between his will and the use of the Autopen. And we know it was being accessed by a variety of people.
So you just mentioned what immediately I went to, which is that a pardon doesn't protect you from anything civil. And I would not think it out of the realm of possibility given Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s track record of outright disdain for Anthony Fauci and his book, The Real Anthony Fauci, which most of those talking points were almost taken letter for letter from. I would not be shocked if they started posting documents here that could help the civil cases to start.
And also
That would not shock me.
reminding people, Anthony Fauci was the highest paid government official for many, many, many years, more than the president, more than anybody else in government.
Yep.
He's getting a huge amount in retirement now, too, right?
Sure.
He had 3.5 million the first year.
Yeah.
Retired?
Retired. But they said that some of that money overlapped while he was still working and he wasn't supposed to. There was just an article, what was it in? There was an article that came out earlier today, like 5-6 hours ago, where they said that it looks like maybe there was some failure to disclose that he wasn't quite retired and was already accepting money.
It sounds like gain of pension research.
That's clever.
Well, he lied to Congress. I would say now with the White House asserting they were doing gain of function research. I mean, we've got contradictory statements from Fauci in court saying outright, we did not do this.
Yeah, he was very clear on that. He was very clear that they weren't doing gain of function research. And also he was, doubling down on all of these mandates and requirements, the 6-foot thing, the mask thing. And then when books started coming out, what was it? Dr. Deborah Burke's book came out and it was revealed that the 6-foot thing was just
Made an arbitrary measurement.
what they were doing since the Middle Ages or something. It's like, it was just always been 6 foot. So we never really questioned
They
it.
just made
Half a
bunch of
horse
stuff
length.
up.
Right. I mean, I guess there's that thing where you bury bodies 6 feet underground so that bacteria doesn't come up. But between people, that's not really the same kind of
Well,
thing.
one of my favorite things was the double masking, which you watch it emerge in the media. First, someone randomly and arbitrarily asked Dr. Fauci, if a mask protects you, wouldn't 2 masks be better? And he shrugged it off like, I don't know. And then the media started running with 2 masks are better. And then once it got reported that 2 masks were better, Fauci just agreed with it.
And he started wearing 2 masks.
Yep.
My favorite mask, though, had to have been Alyssa Milano's crocheted
the knit
mask.
one.
You have a favorite mask?
That was my favorite one because she took a selfie of her and her family in their car, and they were all masked up. And she was like, I made mine. And everyone was like, you realize there's holes in it.
Because she's secretly based.
Yeah. Well,
She's
wasn't-
letting it
she's
slide.
secretly, not so secretly an idiot.
The truth is there are holes in all masks of varying sizes. And that just showed they didn't actually care if they worked or not. It was just put something on your face.
No.
One of the things that was
Yeah.
really hard, I ran a small business that was shut down by my county for 17 months. Yeah. And I owned a gymnastics business for kids and we had to repurpose our business. We were going to lose everything. We did lose everything.
Did you
that
bend
what
over
propelled
backwards
you?
to keep it open?
We weren't allowed. We were fully shuttered. Larry Hogan actually, his wife's family has investments in martial arts, so they were given the only exception in our state. All other sports, all recreation was closed down. But
Is
our
that what
county
propelled you into being a small business advocate?
part of it, yeah, that's a big part of it. And so we were shut down for 17 months, second longest closure in the United States, in my tiny little county, just right down the street from here. And during that time frame, we had to go to being a virtual school. So we went from being a gymnastics facility to a virtual school where kids would bring their laptops in, and we were only allowed to have 18 of them. And no matter what their ages were, we had to put siblings in the same pod, which was so unsafe. We had 3-year-olds alongside 11 and 12-year-olds. And when they had to go to play in the gym, they had to be together. Not safe. My insurance hated it, right? When they had to go to art class, they were together, but they weren't anywhere near the same skill set. And what would happen was they repurposed all the health department inspectors that were doing restaurants before us, and they would come in and harass the kids. And they would come over and ask, do you have a brother or sister here? We had to let them. Like, they would come in and they would say they would shut us down by force if we didn't let them come in and interrogate children to make sure they didn't have siblings in the room. Our kids suffered.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.